on this week's episode of the Views from the Jon podcast. Where did you get middle of the night from?
You just said it was at night.
Yeah, but
What's wrong with you? You having a stroke or something? Come on. Get it together.
I don't think a stroke would make me go, I don't even know what I just did.
You having a seizure?
I can't fucking repeat that. I can't. I don't know what that was. I was like, yeah, I was like,
sounded like me
I was like stuck in the Matrix or some shit.
Sounded like me over the weekend, freezing my goobers off.
Yeah, but I get the, I still can't talk. Hello, welcome to the View from the Jon podcast, where everything we do is shit. The podcast is like a toilet, and everything in it we flush like bad news.
Now I want y'all to put your hands together for the one and only Jon Arez!
I haven't seen you since last week, Johnny. I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's the typical case.
Is it?
Yeah, we yeah. You know?
You know
what I thought was funny?
What was funny?
And now that we're on air,
we are on it.
I can call you out on it. I think it makes for better content.
Or we're gonna start it out slugfest.
No, but you did something to me today on the phone that you haven't done in a long time, actually. So
did I even? I don't think I even talked to you today.
Yeah,
did I?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even remember I talked to you today.
Let me step you back through it, evidently, because you don't remember it.
Yeah, back it up.
But I called you before you left for my house tonight.
You did?
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah. And you weren't your normal jovial self on the phone with me.
I wasn't?
And I thought I was telling you something funny, and like usual, it was bombing, and you weren't laughing, and you kind of snapped on me. And you haven't snapped like that since, like, I used to literally bug you to death every fucking day months ago.
Well, I had a bunch of things in my hands, and I was trying to get outside.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know how hands-off I've been when it comes to our friendship since you became a monk.
Yeah.
I've let you be. You can't fucking deny that, dude. We talk like this once a week. Other than that, I just back the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I told you, my door's open, man. If you want to talk more than once a week, you give me a call. And of course he doesn't, you know. So, yeah, you know. But hey, Merry Christmas.
I'm monking it up.
Yeah. So what do you think about 4.7 beers ago? What did they mean by that? 4 score. What's 4 and score?
I don't know.
4 score.
Dude, I had a long day of work. I can't think right now.
Was it 4.7 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
So what is 4 score? Maybe it's like 4 decades and 7 years.
I don't know.
But why wouldn't you just say 47 years ago?
My brain is totally fried right now.
Yeah, but when it goes through my head, that's what pops in. I heard that speech in a movie last night, and that's what came out of my brain.
It sounds good.
Was 4.7 beers ago.
Why is your eyes rolling back?
Because that's
so weird.
Josh, I want to ask you another question. I got a bunch of questions for you here, man.
Oh, the questions.
I'm going to just bombard you with random shit like I used to.
Good night for questions.
I love doing this, though. Dude, you were bombarding me before I hit record.
Yeah, I was.
Were you not?
I was.
You were just looking around the room, just looking for anything just to start shit with. I'm telling you. And then the cameras turn on.
I had you riled up.
The cameras turn on, and then Josh turns into...
No. I'm just I'm waiting for my groove. I'm waiting
subdued Josh.
I'm waiting for my setup. What are you gonna set me up with?
But I'm wondering.
I'm waiting for the shank.
I want to give people forget about the people.
All right.
I wanted to get an update because I told you how during the pandemic I started giving myself manicures.
Yeah.
And then you did a manicure on yourself for the whole world to see.
Yeah.
Have you kept up with it, and are the ladies noticing?
No, my hands are so dry.
It's not about dryness, buddy.
No, I'm dry.
It's about smoothness of the
they're smooth.
of the nails and stuff.
Yeah, they're smooth. I'm good.
I used to think my hands were smooth too until I started doing this. I'm telling.
I just need the lotion.
All right.
The salt's killing me.
Considering you reminded me who some of our audience members are, I'm gonna refrain from going down several tangents I could have gone down there.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a hangnail. That was like on a pain scale of a 10 last night.
What'd you do to it? Well, how do you correct that?
I couldn't. I tried putting Neosporin on it and a Band-Aid. It just made it worse. I put an ice pack on it. It hurt, dude, like a mother. Like I was stabbed.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a hangnail that's painful? I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. It was just a little piece of skin. That's how it starts. And rather than like biting it off or cutting it off, I yanked it off, and it took a big chunk of my like thumb skin off. And the rest of the night, it was just throbbing.
You should put some lemon juice on it.
Lemon juice?
Oh yeah, it'll cure.
What kind of snake oil bullshit is that? You should rub some motor oil on it.
Some salt.
Oh my god.
I think that'll help. Try that out.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I need to take a picture.
A picture of what?
A picture of what I'm looking at.
No.
So I can superimpose it on the screen and show everybody what I'm looking at.
Are you looking at me in my shorts?
That came out blurry because you were moving.
I'm gonna keep moving then. I'm moving.
All right.
Why are you taking pictures of my legs?
Dude,
They're good.
okay.
They're white.
Okay.
They're really white.
Do you really want me to get into your legs?
They're sexy.
No. They are the opposite of sexy.
They're just white.
They're big.
They're pasty.
They're extremely white. It looks like a witch has been clawing at different parts, like you've been running through pricker bushes with shorts on.
Have I? No.
And then you got the Converse All-Stars on with the white tube socks pulled up.
Yep.
Like it's 1980 gym class.
It is a little chilly out.
Dude, yeah. We got like 2 feet of snow yesterday. You know? And
It was in the 30s though. Today it was nice and warm. Felt like the Riviera.
it is amazing because so many times, like I go to talk about that guy, and as it turns out, like you are already that guy.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy I've talked about for years as being like that dude that wears shorts in the middle of winter.
Yeah, that's
Or
me.
like the first
Sometimes.
55-degree day we get in April. There's always one guy rocking shorts already.
Yeah.
Everyone else went down to a hoodie or a t-shirt, and one guy is dressed like he's going to the beach. That's you.
Yeah. I heard you had a run-in this week with a guy with shorts
Yeah.
at your local.
Uncle Ball Spillage.
How's he doing?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
He's still kicking.
Still kicking, still rocking the shorts, balls spilling out in the middle of the supermarket.
Nice.
Yeah. I bumped into my. Yeah.
Was he wearing his mask?
Everybody has to wear a mask.
Oh. How'd you recognize him with a mask?
Dude, a mask only covers your mouth and nose.
Yeah, but
Do you not recognize me now?
not really.
You don't know who I am?
No.
No? Now you do?
Kinda.
Okay.
You get the full photo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My phone, we both have the same phone. We got iPhones.
Dude.
My phone did something the other night it's never done. I didn't even know iPhones could do this. It actually creeped me out.
What did it do? Because I want to know.
I swear to God, the phone told me it was wet.
Nice.
Yeah. My phone told me it was wet.
So
Not in a sexual way, people. That's not what I'm going for here. But there was a message that popped up that said my charging port, the phone had detected that there was like moisture in it.
Yeah.
And that I should friggin' like dry it off and shit.
how'd you get moisture in there in the middle of the night?
Where did you get middle of the night from?
You just said it was at night.
Yeah, but
What's wrong with you? You having a stroke or something? Come on. Get it together.
I don't think a stroke would make me go. I don't even know what I just did.
Having a seizure?
I can't fucking repeat that. I can't. I don't know what that was. I was like, yeah. I was like,
Sounded like me
I was
over
I was like stuck in the Matrix or some
yeah,
shit.
sounded like me over the weekend, freezing my goobers off.
Yeah, but I get the. I still can't talk. I guess my phone. I don't know. I guess these phones have sensors in them.
Yeah, it tells you when they're wet.
Yeah. So what I did is I was.
Did it say it in like a sexy voice?
It didn't say it out loud.
That'd be cool.
Hey, I'm wet. A message popped up on the screen saying that, like, hey, water's been detected in your charging port. Like, knock off whatever bullshit you're doing to do that, you know? Like, that's literally what it said.
Yeah.
And it was right after I had my phone on the kitchen counter right next to the sink washing dishes.
Right.
And I think a drop must have went from the sink and hit the actual charging port.
A droplet?
On it. Yeah.
Did you put it in rice? I heard that's the way to fix it. You got to put it in a bag of rice or something.
No, dude, I just let it dry. It was just a drop, but I just thought that was cool that the phone would tell you that
That is cool. It's a cool feature.
it's wet, you know?
Yeah, I wish it said it though, in a nice voice.
Here's what else has been happening to me lately. Because nothing goes on in my life except for just little horror things, you know? Because I don't go anywhere. It's the middle of winter.
Yeah.
It's COVID. Everything's closed. There's
been
nowhere to go. I work from home. So, okay, these are the kind of things I endure. Like, you know, obsessing about phone messages and the new thing, getting my beard or goatee, whatever you want to call it, getting stuck in hoodie zippers.
How the hell did you get that stuck in there?
It's happening all the time.
It's tiny. It's so tiny.
Okay, that's not the appropriate response to this. It's okay.
How'd you get it stuck in there?
Tiny or not, okay? I wear hoodies all winter long. I love hoodies. And yeah, when my hoodie's like this and I'm like this, my hairs will actually get stuck in some part of the zipper and I'll go to pull my face away and I'll be like, ah! I know that's happened to you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Mine's a little longer than yours. Yeah, it happens.
Who cares how long it is?
Well, you know, it does.
Okay, let's not have a pissing contest over whose fucking facial hair is longer. The point of the conversation is, men, do you ever get your facial hair caught in a zipper?
Yeah.
It happens.
I do.
It's happened to me more
Everybody
and more,
does.
and it hurts like a mother.
Stop putting your stuff in your zipper.
I can't help it. And then it makes me think back in the day, if I ever, you know, back when I had, you know, fully long, you know, hairs down there, if that ever got stuck.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, like, you remember that scene in
Something About Mary.
Something About Mary, where he gets his whole junk in his zipper.
Beans and Franks,
That's
man.
never happened to me.
Franks and beans.
Frankton beans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good old Warren.
that's never happened to me. I mean,
I've had a couple experiences.
not to the extent that he had it.
Yeah, no, I've had a couple nicks here.
But I could, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, okay, let's not talk about that.
So where'd you meet your uncle? He was at Walmart. Is that where you said you met
Dude,
him?
as much as I love my
Wally
ball
World?
spilling uncle, I don't have much to say about him other than the fact I literally saw him in the grocery store from a distance. And he just stuck out like a sore thumb.
I had to go to Walmart. I hate Walmart.
It's the middle of winter in the Northeast United States.
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed in long pants, winter coats, masks, and hats. And here's this dude with varicose veins, giant white fucking legs with super short shorts on. The guy sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Kind of like you do right now, dude. You do. Let me ask you another question, dude. And I want your honest opinion about this.
Give it my best.
All right? Why do you think they call it a sanitary napkin?
Is this the one that comes in like the little packet? Is it the one that's moist? The moist towelette? Is that what it's called? Is that what it is? Why are you giggling? I'm being serious. A sanitary napkin. Oh, I know what it is. I don't know.
Why do you think they call it a sanitary napkin?
Because it's shaped like a napkin and sanitary.
You really think it's shaped like a napkin? I've never seen one. No, actually, I have. Of course, I've seen one. I've seen both kinds. There's pads, and then there's the rods, or the whatever they. Yeah. Sorry, no. But seriously,
What?
a sanitary napkin.
Yeah.
It does sound like it's supposed to be a moist towelette, like it's a clean napkin, but you wouldn't associate it with something that you.
Yeah. You threw me off guard because I had lobster over the weekend too, and I was like, the little packet that they give you. It kind of threw me off. That's what I was thinking of.
That's what should be a sanitary napkin.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a tampon. It's got nothing to do with napkins, wiping for your face with it, or,
Well,
I would hope it would be sanitary. It's something that's going to be up,
It's an absorbent.
Oh my God.
So technically, it is a napkin because napkins absorb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a bad experience at Walmart.
Yeah.
Tell me about your bad experience at Walmart. What?
I just can't do it like that.
Why not?
Because I'm like hiding. I'm shy. I'm still shy. You gotta work it up.
So, Josh, tell us about your bad experience at Walmart.
That's horrible. I can't do it that way.
Just tell me forget about the fucking cameras and the fucking audio. Tell me about your experience. What happened at Walmart?
Oh, I hate Walmart, man.
Yeah,
everybody could probably relate to any type of Walmart story. I'm sure everybody's got one. But I just sat in my car when I pulled in, and I just sat there because I didn't want to go in. But I needed toilet paper. I was out of toilet paper.
That's a great feeling. Like not wanting to go into Walmart so bad that you pull in, you park, and you just sit in your car and you're just like, I don't even want to get out and go in.
That's exactly how I was, and I was just stewing in it. And then I was like, all right.
And the sole reason you went there was for toilet paper?
Yeah, and a couple other things.
All right.
But I'll get into that.
Yeah.
So I go in. Well, before I even leave my car, I open my car door, and already people are screaming at each other. This dude's yelling at his wife's yelling at him about something stupid. The kid's crying because he didn't get his toy, and it's just
right in the parking lot.
Right in the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
Welcome to the circus, dude. Yeah.
And then I just walk in and start plugging away, and of course the place is a madhouse because we just had this huge storm that they're prepping. So it was the weekend. They're prepping for the storm, and so my target was toilet paper. That's what I was going for. And
they have a lot of it there.
They do.
At least in my local one.
Yeah, they're all stocked up now.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a problem anymore.
So I went up and grabbed the toilet paper. I got the nice squishy kind because I like that.
Yeah.
But
who doesn't like the soft squishy kind? Yeah. Have you got? I need to segue for a minute here.
That's fine.
Pause because I just thought of something.
Segues are good.
But have you gone out and gotten the wet wipes yet?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I don't think I can use them at my place because
Yes, you can. Dude, I really need to explain this to you and everybody watching. And as disgusting as this is going to sound, I need to tell you about it.
All right, tell me about it.
Okay? Because I didn't know anything about this until I tried it, okay?
Yeah.
So, I think we all take varying degrees of messy poos, right? And sometimes you got to wipe quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I wipe until it's clean.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you wipe until you're clean with the toilet paper, you think everything's great. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, listen to my example. I use the wet wipes. When I take a poo, I wipe with the toilet paper until I'm clean.
All right.
And then I take out one of the wet wipes.
Yeah.
And I wipe with that.
Sounds like just
How clean do you think I really was? Not very.
No?
That is my point. And I've explained this before in the podcast. It's like if you eat greasy chicken wings,
Right.
and then you just wipe your hands off with a dry napkin. They're going to be dry, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Then you take a wet wipe to them, and you notice that, holy shit, my hands weren't very clean.
Right.
That is my point. So I want you to go out and spend the $2.99 for a box of those things. Take a dump. Wipe until you think you're clean, and then take one of those and wipe, and tell me how clean you really were.
I'm just paranoid.
Is my point.
I'm just paranoid of clogging up my system and stuff like that.
They're made to biodegrade.
You sure?
Absolutely, dude.
I don't believe you.
All right.
But anyways.
All right. So anyways, you pick up toilet paper at Walmart.
I did. I didn't get a carriage because I knew what I was getting a couple things. So I got my toilet paper and I start heading up front. I got it underneath my arm. And then I remembered on my way up, I'm like, oh, I forgot my plastic bags. Because for my lunch and stuff, like little sandwich bags. Which was right next to the toilet paper, like, because it's like 3 rows down. And I was like, oh, man. So I walked all the way back. Meanwhile, I'm like dodging people, little kids running around and just angry, miserable people. So I get my bags, I get my toilet paper, I got it in the arm, and I got the bags in my hand. I go up front, and you know how they got like the self-checkout? Mm-hmm. You're like in a corral, basically, and you got a line. Yeah. They're all filled. They're all being used. And there's this one cashier lady. She's standing in there waving people when they're open and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm in line. I'm the next one up.
Yeah.
And this dude comes running up my ass and nails me with the carriage right in my heel.
Oh.
And I'm like, whoa, dude. I twirled around and I'm like, chill, relax. You know, what's the rush? And he's like, oh, are you in line? And I'm like, I got my toilet paper underneath my arm and I got my bags in the hand. I'm like, I'm big. So I got the whole line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm in line, man. What's wrong with you? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. And I'm like, and you know, I went and did my thing and checked out, and I just hate Walmart. I hate it. It's just,
yeah, it's quite unbelievable how like a store brings together so many just crazy people, it seems like.
Yeah.
I really want to say, and I could be wrong about this, but I think I'm right. I want to say there's an actual website called People of Walmart. And it's a website dedicated to, I think, pictures of Walmart employees.
Right.
Just like the classic, you know.
Employees or customers?
Like both.
All right.
I want to say it's a website dedicated to stories just like that. And there's a million crazy fucking Walmart stories.
Yeah.
And then there's a million stories about the employees and how they like to hire, like, you know, welcome to Walmart, I love you.
Yeah, they need a job, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, I think there's an actual website dedicated to, like, the people, the culture, everything having to do with Walmart.
Right.
Because it's like you go to a different planet.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they sell everything that you possibly need, and they got groceries now, and they even got a liquor store. It's like, what?
Yeah, I think that's the last thing a Walmart needs is a liquor store inside of it. Hey, you in line?
Another thing I was looking there for too was like little corners for like scrapbooking that you put pictures on. You know what I'm saying? They're like they're the triangles that you put in the corner of pictures and you can stick them on stuff. Anyways, it's like tape basically. They didn't have it everywhere I went to. None. I went to Michael's. I went to Joann's Fabrics. There's none. Hobby Lobby. None of them. They had the slot for it, but all of them were empty. It's crazy world. And I was kind of heated because I drove everywhere for them. And
you gotta give Bezos the money, man.
No.
Anything you want's on Amazon, buddy.
Is it? Yeah.
It's the wave of the future.
I don't want to go there.
All right. I know there is another place we're going to go.
Where are we going to go?
This ties into the sanitary napkin conversation.
Going back there, huh?
It's on the same subject, yeah. And that's kind of what brought up that whole thing, because I wanted something more to talk about. But there's this new commercial running on TV that's a sanitary napkin commercial, and I need to try to find it online. I keep saying this, and even when I review the video, I don't even do this, but it would be really cool if I would just like to insert the commercial so people could see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's this new commercial for like a woman's line of tampons, and it's like, it's extremely upfront in like graphic.
Really?
Yeah, like they don't beat around the bush,
That's messed up.
so to speak. They're like, are you one of those ladies that just has a lot of blood, like a heavy fucking flow? Like they're that like blunt about it. Like they're like, do you bleed really friggin' heavy?
Yeah.
You know? Well, then we got the product for you, and it's just like, it's just a little bit too on the nose. You know?
Yeah.
Like this is like, kids could be watching this stuff.
Well, and kids got to know about that stuff.
You know, I think as an adult, like kids 18 or older, when they have to do a commercial about like diapers or hygiene products that have to do with that kind of stuff, they can do it way more subtly so we get it, but the kids don't. But when you're in a TV commercial going, do you bleed a lot out your vagina? Like, they're just like coming right out with it. And it's just like, dude, it's a little bit too on the nose.
That is a little too on the nose. I don't understand what they're trying.
I don't either. It shocked me because I've seen a ton of commercials about that stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And they're usually pretty good about it. But this one's just so on the nose. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're getting away with this.
Yeah, well, maybe they're trying something new. Maybe they're trying to boost their sales or whatever.
All right, you ready?
Just trying to be positive.
You ready to get into this?
Are we finally? Finally?
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep here.
That's great. Letting our audience know that our co-host is so sick of this episode, he's almost asleep. No, we're going to get into The Wizard of Oz.
All right. Sweet.
I told somebody else I know recently that I didn't watch it, and he's like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
You've never seen The Wizard of Oz?
Everybody that's watched this show that I know, they're like, what's wrong with him?
Well, what's wrong? I got problems, dude. Isn't it obvious?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's seen The Wizard of Oz. It's
Well,
like your American duty.
I've officially seen it now, too.
Good.
Okay?
Good.
And I took a lot of notes. So here we go.
Nice. Let's do it.
All right. It took me 6 days and 8 attempts to get through the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't get so into it that like I was just like immersed in it, where like 2 hours went by and I just forgot about everything else.
Yeah.
I got to the part where Dorothy made it to the other side and
The Land of Oz.
blah blah blah, and then like that was it for that night. And then like 6 days later, I picked it back up again. All right, so I noticed when I was looking for the movie that there is a 70-minute long movie by the same name that came out in 1925.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but it's called The Wizard of Oz, and it showed like the same kind of characters, but it was black and white. And it was 1925, and it was only 70 minutes long.
Did it have like voice to it or no?
I have no idea. It's just when I searched for the movie, that came up.
Yeah.
As the being like the oldest title by that same name.
That's cool. I'll look that up.
This was by far the oldest movie I've ever watched. Previously, it was like a 1960s movie that I had watched.
That's good.
So
I'm glad you're diving into different stuff. That's good.
Dorothy's dog Toto is a terrier.
Yeah.
Which is the very first and only family dog I ever had. Not the exact kind of terrier, but it looked close. I thought it was a Boston Terrier, but it's not. It was obviously filmed on a set, like a stage.
Yeah, that's how they made movies back then.
It was plainly obvious. It was kind of crazy because I'm used to movies that have come out in the last couple decades where there's so much like CGI and like on set, where they're like in the mountains, but
bunch of garbage.
It was obvious that this whole movie was done like in a studio.
It's cool.
And I'm just not used to that because I'm not used to movies that are that old.
Yeah. Well, you've seen TV shows, right? Like Seinfeld and stuff like that. That's all done on a set.
Yeah, but I've never seen a movie from the 30s, dude. That's my point. It's like I'm used to 1960s and up.
Yeah.
The first song in the movie is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And coincidentally, that was my mother's absolute favorite song in the entire world.
That's a good song.
So watching the movie, seeing my dog, which was buried with my mother,
Wow.
and knowing that was her favorite song, I think that might have been the reason I had stopped that first night.
Oh,
It hit a little bit too close to home.
I would have fast forwarded if it bothered you that much.
Next thing I wrote down, it's a twister. It's a twister.
It is a twister.
It's a twister. That's the next thing from the movie I wrote down.
Yeah.
The tornado scene was filmed pretty damn well. I said
Yeah.
1939. The approaching tornado,
It was wild.
not the part where the house gets somehow picked up and tacked by one, but the part of the approaching tornado.
Yeah.
I thought, however they did that effect, and I actually read how they did it, but I didn't remember it.
So the one in the background?
The one in the background.
Yeah.
I thought, however they did that was really good. It looked like a real tornado footage, but it wasn't. I guess they actually had like,
It's all pulleys and cranks, man.
yeah, something like that. It was some kind of contraption that was made out of cloth that they made spin in the background
Yeah.
with like dust.
It's cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool practical effects for the 1930s. So it started out in black and white.
It did.
And then when she steps into Oz, I guess it goes into color.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that color film existed in 1939. Or is that something they did later in the year?
No, I think that's when color came out back then.
Color TV was out in 1939.
Oh, I don't think the color.
But color in movies, you mean?
Yeah.
Was out in 1939?
I think during that whole recording, it switched over.
Yeah, so that was crazy. Almost
wild.
every song I heard in the background, I feel like I've heard before at that point of the movie.
Yeah, it's
When she first gets into Oz, like everything after Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it's just like I feel like I've heard it all before.
yeah, it's a lot of jingles here and there. That,
Oh, yeah.
that musicians picked apart. Here
All
and there.
the jingles throughout the entire movie
Yeah.
made me feel like I was on a ride at Disneyland
Yeah.
or Disney World.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of like theme it had. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh yeah, I wrote down ding dong, the witch is dead. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many famous quotes that people still use that came out of this movie.
Right.
I noticed. That's two of them. I wrote down many more. So a tornado picks up Dorothy's house, and then the house lands on the witch, the Wicked Witch of the East,
Right.
killing her,
There's two.
freeing the Munchkins
Yes.
from Oz.
I love Munchkins. Have you ever had Munchkins and milk? Those little.
Yeah. We're going to
Sitcoms.
talk about Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get you, my pretty.
Yeah.
The witch says that to Dorothy. I'll get you, my pretty.
Yeah.
I guess where that came from. I guess that's where that line came from too.
Yeah.
Because everybody I've ever seen portray a witch, like on Halloween growing up, that was their go-to line. With the cackle and the "I'll get you,
Yeah,
my
the little
pretty."
heckle.
Yeah. So that came from this movie. So much of today's or our pop culture was actually tied into this movie.
Yeah.
Is what
Did you read about her face paint?
No,
It'll-
dude, I have pages and pages.
Yeah, her face paint almost killed her.
The witches.
Yeah. Same with the Tin Man. Tin Man. There was two Tin Mans in the making of the Wizard of Oz.
I remember hearing about the Tin Man's face paint years ago.
Yeah. She got poisoned from her paint.
The Wicked Witch of the West shows up in the middle of the Munchkin celebration in Munchkinville.
Yeah, they're all
and she
happy.
says that she's the sister of the Wicked Witch of the East.
Yes.
Dorothy takes credit for the murder, but the friendly witch gives Dorothy the dead witch's shoes, which the Wicked Witch wants.
Right. Glinda, the Good Witch of the North.
Yeah. So she gives Dorothy the slippers. So she wants to get back to Kansas.
We're just a couple dudes talking about.
And the Good Witch tells her that she needs to follow the yellow brick road and talk to the Wizard of Oz, who might know how to help her get back to Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay. So the song Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Yes.
Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. She meets the Scarecrow, who says he doesn't have a brain.
Yeah.
And he comes with Dorothy to see if the wizard can't hook him up with a brain.
Right.
Let's see, what's next?
Tin Man.
The next
wood
the
scene.
next thing they encounter is the talking.
Holy. Sorry.
Do you have any idea the amount of fucking unnecessary noise you just caused? You literally could have blew out somebody's subwoofer in their truck.
No.
Send the bill to Josh Ryder. He's Josh Ride 1 on Instagram. Hook him up. Send him your bill if he just blew up your car speakers. All right, yeah, the apple trees that talk were friggin' hilarious.
They're awesome.
I loved their dialogue. Then they meet the Tin Man after gathering the apples that the trees threw at him. The Tin Man needed the lube job.
He did.
Dorothy lubes him up.
Yes.
The Tin Man doesn't have a heart, so he joins the group to see if the wizard can hook him up with a heart.
Right.
Before the three get underway, though, the witch appears and she throws a fireball at the scarecrow and threatens all of them. Then they run into the ugliest man lion that I've ever seen, who wants to fist fight. Is that right?
I think so.
That's what I wrote down. Does he really want to fist fight?
Yeah.
I know he's the ugliest guy I've ever seen. That whole lion get up, like when I look at him, I want to vomit. He's the ugliest man in that suit I've ever seen.
He was a singer back in the day.
I don't know what he is, dude. It's just that, like, his face combined with that lion costume is just ugly to me. It's just ugliest dude I've ever seen.
He reminds me of a couple substitute teachers.
Yeah.
Women.
Women?
Yeah, women.
Well, that's great. Dorothy smacks the guy right across the face for trying to mess with Toto.
Yeah, I think she slaps his nose.
The lion ends up being a real scared bitch.
Yep.
That's why he's called the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah.
And I think he's more than cowardly. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
You should call him the asshole lion. So the lion joins the group to go see the wizard to see if he can't get himself some liquid courage.
Yeah.
My next question I wrote down is for you.
Yeah, we're getting the question part.
What is up with the Planet of the Apes guy hanging out with the witch in the next scene? The next scene is the witch is looking at her crystal ball, and there's a Planet of the Apes dude just sitting there going. Rrr.
That's the flying monkeys, man. That's her cronies, her toadies.
Okay, that's her. Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to know what was up with the Planet of the Apes guy hanging out with the witch.
Yeah.
So as they're approaching the Emerald City, they start running through a field of flowers, which I believe the witch poisoned, and then they all start to fall asleep in the field.
Do you know what those flowers were?
No.
They're poppies.
Poppies.
Oh,
so did they all get stoned?
No.
On opioids? Isn't that where opioids come from? Poppy seeds?
No.
Or poppy plants?
I think so. I think that comes from the seeds. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a cool little scene, though. I liked it.
Then
it's like a snow globe.
God, I lost my point here.
We're at the poppy field.
Yeah, the poppy. Okay.
Tin Man's ringing, help!
The good witch makes it snow on the field, which causes the lion, Dorothy, and Toto to wake up.
Right.
Okay. Then the Tin Man keeps rusting up when he cries a rust-colored water. Yeah, the Tin Man kept rusting up. They kept having to lube him up, and every time he cried, he would cry like rusty water.
He didn't fall asleep. He just froze there.
Now, when they get into the Emerald City, I see a dude on a purple horse.
Yeah.
Then the purple horse changes to red.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking, 1939, I don't know if PETA existed back then, but what did they use in 39 to make a horse pink and purple? I have the answer.
What?
The answer is...
What does this say? Did you look it up?
Yes, but it's at the very end of my notes.
Oh.
All right, next up, they go to a wash and scrub. Like the whole crew gets like a spa treatment.
Yeah, it's cool.
The witch writes...
I like that little tune that they were singing. That.
Yeah. The witch flies over and writes...
That's creepy.
Writes...
Did that creep you out?
Surrender Dorothy in the sky.
Yeah.
Then I wrote down, not nobody, not know how. Why did I write that down? Not nobody, not know how.
That was the doorkeeper. I don't know why you wrote it there.
Yeah, okay. The wizard says, go away.
Go away.
Dorothy cries, and a green guy says, I'll get you in.
Green guy.
Yeah, they go to see the wizard, and like some green dude's like, you ain't seeing him. And then Dorothy starts bawling her eyes out, and then another green guy peeks through a hole and says,
Yeah,
I'll get you in.
I think you skipped around there. I think you were probably spacing in and out, but that's the gate guy.
Oh, is that what I was doing?
That's when you knock on the door.
Is that what I was doing, spacing in and out?
Yeah, you were out.
What would make me do that?
I don't know. I don't know. But you're losing focus there.
I can't make the noise. You can.
No, you can't. That's my noise.
Yeah. Okay. So So a green dude says you can go in and see the.
He's not technically. He's wearing green. He's not green.
Whatever he is. All right. As the doorway opens to lead to the wizard, the cowardly lion ends up having a hissy fit, and he becomes even more of a bitch. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Oz is a giant green head of lettuce.
Yes. He's the all-powerful.
The head talks shit about each one of them. So there's a giant. So I'm watching this film and I'm looking at a giant green head of lettuce, like talking great shit about each character in the room. I like that part.
Bad stuff.
And then let's see. The lion passes out. Then the head says he'll grant all of their wishes if they bring him the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Correct.
Then they go into the haunted forest looking for the lion, which...
I don't know where you're going with that.
Yeah. The witch sends her flying monkey army after him.
Yes.
When they're in the forest. The witch captures Dorothy, and one of the monkeys takes Toto, and the straw man is torn up to shit.
They get all messed up.
Yep, they get all screwed up.
That was a creepy part.
Toto escapes.
Yeah.
And then the witch flips over a red hourglass, and she tells Dorothy, when this timer's up, you're dead.
Yeah.
Toto makes it back to the group, and as they are trying to get... Toto makes it back to him as they were trying to stuff the straw man back with straw.
Right.
And then Toto leads them to where Dorothy is. And as they're going there, that's where the part comes up where the dudes are going, yo hee ho.
Yeah, they're called Winkies. They're called Winkies.
Yeah, the Winkies, and that's where the Metallica song comes in, which we now know is off the Injustice for All album, and the song is called "The Frayed Ends of Sanity."
Yes. Good job.
The rescue team takes the uniforms of 3 flying monkeys that they were able to overpower. They rescue Dorothy just before the hourglass expires. The witch lights the scarecrow on fire.
Yeah.
But then Dorothy throws a bucket of water to put out the fire, but also hits the witch with some of the water.
Right.
Which makes the witch melt.
Right.
Which brought me to my next question.
Sure.
Throughout my entire life, if like another person wanted to talk shit about you, like if you were out in the rain and you were bitching about it,
Yeah.
people would always say, "What, are you going to melt?"
Yeah.
That came from the Wizard of Oz. Right?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that came from there.
That's just another pop culture reference
Yeah.
about people melting in the rain. That came from the witch melting in 1939.
Yeah. It's cool stuff.
When they go back to the castle to give the wizard his broom, they discovered that the wizard isn't a giant green head of lettuce, but
No.
he's just a regular dude hiding behind a curtain.
He's a simple Joe.
The scarecrow gets THC instead of a brain.
Does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I wrote down.
He got a diploma.
Yeah, and I believe the acronym for the diploma was THC.
Was it?
Yeah. So I thought the scarecrow got weed instead of a brain. But he didn't get a brain, but he got some kind of a degree that, I don't know. I think what I'm trying to say here is that he doesn't give anybody what they wanted, except for, no, he doesn't give anybody what they wanted. He just shows them that what they all wanted, they already had within them.
Right.
Okay, is my point. The lion gets a medal for bravery.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic quote that the Wizard of Oz says that I wrote down here that I love.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to say it how he said it.
That's cool.
Hearts. You don't know how lucky you are not to have hearts. No, hold on a second. Hearts. You don't know how lucky you are not to have a heart. They are not practical. No, wait, I didn't write this down right. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No.
He said, hearts. You don't know how lucky you are not to have a heart. They're not practical until they can make one that is not breakable.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yeah. So when he's talking to the Tin Man who doesn't have a heart,
Yeah.
right? And that's what the Tin Man wanted. That's what he's like. He's like, hearts, man, they're overrated.
Right.
They're not practical until they can build one that's unbreakable.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so poignant because I've had so many broken hearts, man, in my life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next thing up, he says, is that a heart is not judged by how much you love, but how much you're loved by others.
It's good.
And that made me crumble
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm not loved by anybody, so my heart must suck. Dorothy and the wizard plan to take the wizard's balloon back to Kansas.
Yeah.
Or as he refers to it, he doesn't call it Earth or Kansas. He calls it something in Latin. E pluribus unum.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's like, let's go back to E pluribus unum. So I had to look up what E pluribus unum meant.
You had to look that up?
What, you don't know what it means?
I do know what it means.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Tell me.
E pluribus unum is it's Latin for one from many,
Nice.
and it is actually the motto of the United States.
Wow.
One from many, e pluribus unum. So of course, just as the balloon is about to float away, the friggin' dog's got to take off, and Dorothy misses her ride.
Right.
Unbelievable. So the nice witch of the north arrives, right? Mm-hmm. And Dorothy learns that she's had the power all along
Wow.
to go back to Kansas, right?
Yeah.
She just had to realize it in her heart. So she says her goodbyes. She says there's no place like home, clicks her heels 3 times. And when she opens her eyes, she's back with all her friends.
Ta-da.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
All right. Compare that movie review to your review of like Training Day.
Yeah.
I like the scene with Roger.
Yeah. I'm not a good reviewer.
Next topic.
It was a good movie. Wizard of Oz is pretty good.
So did I walk you through it pretty good with my
Yeah.
all my notes here? Okay.
I think if everybody's hasn't seen it like you have, I think you nailed it pretty good.
Let's get into some facts that people might not know about the movie.
Ooh.
I wrote some down. Most of the Wicked Witch's scenes were either cut entirely or trimmed because it was determined that her performance was too frightening for that time.
I can imagine that.
Yep. The horses were colored with Jell-O powder.
Jell-O powder.
That's what turned them into the different colors.
That's not that bad.
They used Jell-O powder.
It's better than paint.
And they said they had to film it quickly because the horses would want to lick the powder off them, of course. Which, so would I. Somebody colored me Jell-O powder, I'd want to lick myself off too. Dude, face it. If you could lick yourself like a dog or a cat, would you ever leave the house?
I hate Jell-O. I absolutely hate Jell-O. That's like one of my foods. Like I veer away from.
Okay.
I'm not a Jell-O fan.
Does that make you turn off in the movie now? All right. The only filming that took place outside of a studio was a picture of some clouds.
Oh.
Dorothy had to wear some kind of a bra type thing that made her look flat-chested because she was 16 years old playing a prepubescent girl.
Right.
So they had to make her look thin and, no boobies, I guess. Judy Garland
yes.
had a hard time being afraid of the witch on camera because she knew the witch off camera was like the nicest lady she'd ever met.
Right.
The famous line, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain," came from the wizard
Yeah.
when he's hiding behind the curtain. The lion's costume weighed 90 pounds.
Ouch.
Yeah, pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah.
The day of Judy Garland's death, there was an actual tornado in Kansas.
That happens a lot though.
The movie budget
Too impressed about
was $2.77 million.
It's a lot.
For 1939,
That's a
shitload, dude.
yeah.
Terry the Terrier was the actual dog's name that played Toto. Terry the Terrier earned $125 a week on set to play Toto.
Wow.
And he was officially a Cairn Terrier. Or I don't know how to...
A Kern Terrier.
Yeah, it's C-A-I-R-N.
Yeah.
Cairn Terrier.
Yeah.
And that is that, folks.
That is that.
That is my...
Movie review.
Yeah. Like usual, too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think everybody's sleeping now.
Yeah. Let's face it, people turned off the podcast freaking 45 minutes ago.
They might have. They might have tapped out.
What else do I got? I got a lot of stuff here, man. Actually, no, I don't. The last thing I wanted to talk about, I wanted to go over some 80s sitcoms.
Okay, we could do that.
And you let me know, just off of my quick list that I made very quickly last night, if I left any classics out. But I wrote down Alf, Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Cheers, Full House, The Cosby Show, Family Ties, Perfect Strangers, Different Strokes, Family Ties, Growing Pains.
I think you said Family Ties already.
Golden Girls, A-Team, Knight Rider, Magnum P.I., MacGyver, Highway to Heaven.
Highway to Heaven.
Yeah.
What about Roseanne? Got Roseanne in there?
Roseanne? Missed it. See, this is why I needed you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, Roseanne was another one I grew up with.
It was awesome.
Saw all of them. But yeah, I watched all of those.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, Beowulf
Yeah.
with the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
All right. How familiar were you with Alf?
Good. He didn't like cats. He
Yeah.
ate cats.
He ate cats.
He did.
Yeah.
He's an alien.
Do you think they'd have a show on nowadays where the fucking main character ate cats?
Well, they didn't show him eating them.
Yeah, you can never just say, What were the neighbors' names? The neighbors were always coming over. They were always mentioning their name, and Alf always had to hide.
I don't know that one.
The Archmonics.
Oh, that's cool.
Archmonics are coming over. All right,
Different name.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Can you give me any facts about it?
It's
I pulled up to a house about,
9:45. Is that the song?
and I said to the cabbie, yo, Holmes.
To Bel Air.
No, smell you later.
Oh, yeah. Smell you later.
I'm here at my castle. I'm finally there. Take my throne as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Something like that.
Yeah.
I grew up in a town about West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent
Most of my days.
chilling outside playing the b-ball.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I really did. I love that show. Cheers.
Cheers is awesome.
Cheers
It's a
was
bomb.
always on.
I still watch it.
From the time I got home from school as a little kid, right through the 90s.
You've got MASH, too.
No, I have MASH written
Oh,
down
all right.
here. Because there were some shows that, like, I think started in the 90s,
It
but,
started in the 70s.
but
MASH,
could
I
have been
think.
considered any one of those decades.
Right.
Like, even getting into the, Three's Company. Started in the 70s,
Yeah. Guy living with two women.
but it could be considered 80s, right?
Yeah.
Sanford and Son, Laverne and Shirley, MASH, The Jeffersons, Happy Days,
Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
That came out in the 80s.
Full House,
Yeah.
you know.
That was in the 80s, too.
Eh,
I like Full House. I think I watched every episode of Full House.
oh my God, I just forgot another one. The Fred Savage Wonder Years.
Yeah.
That was 80s, right?
Fantastic show.
What about Party of Five?
Yeah.
You got into Party of Five?
I barely remember it.
There's a new show out
90210.
with that. Yeah, I got that written down.
All right.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Dude
Yeah.
just died.
Who died?
The
Screech.
Screech just passed away.
Yeah.
Drug overdose. Or he committed suicide or something.
Is that what happened to him? Because I was telling you when you got here, there's a new, underground channel on YouTube that plays all old Howard Stern episodes.
Yeah.
Not the audio, but the video too, from the E! Channel days,
Yeah.
and the Howard online TV days. And I was just watching an interview with him from 2008 when he was about to lose his house or something like that.
Screech?
Yeah, Screech.
He's been struggling for years.
Dustin Diamond is his name.
Yeah.
And so I had literally just watched an interview with him with Howard Stern from 10 years ago. And then I saw a post yesterday about how he died. And I'm like, that's ironic. But
Yeah.
I didn't hear how he died.
Yeah. It's either suicide or drugs, either one. So,
Well, either way, that's awful.
yeah. He's been struggling for years.
Awful. What a great way to end the podcast. Rest in peace, Dustin. Like everybody says, the generic. I'm so sorry for your loss. There's really nothing to say when somebody loses somebody, man. There isn't.
No, all you could do is just be like, hey, I'm here for you.
My condolences.
I don't even say that.
My condolences.
Hey, if you need anybody.
Sorry for your loss. It was my loss, too.
I thought this was supposed to be a comedy show.
It is. And I think we are so bad, that's what makes it comical.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be comedy, but it's so not. That's what makes it funny. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know either. But we know the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. All right, everybody. I have a feeling that could be one of the worst podcasts we've ever done. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
If by any miracle you're still watching, if you could hit the like button and subscribe. Speaking of subscribers, on YouTube, we're up over 200.
That's awesome.
Which is incredible. It keeps going like this, and that's awesome. Thank you. That's all I could say is thank you.
Keep subscribing.
Keep subscribing. Keep liking the
Watching
videos. God bless everybody. We'll see you next week for episode 71, where I promise we'll have a better show. Why? How can I make that kind of promise? Because I can promise you won't be as bad as this one. Because I don't think we can sink much lower. We got to raise the bar up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something. Go out.
I'm trying.
Go visit your uncle with the balls hanging out.
Bye, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Adios.